today, but of course expecting a lot Tottenham, and as well trying to show our capacity, good test for us how we are comparing with them. Of course, they have some point more than us, but today is a very good opportunity to play, to compete, and to test how we are and try to get the point we are.
Yeah, it's good start this season, didn't they? 5 without a win. 4 wins in a row in all competitions is looking a bit more recognisable from Villa now.
Yeah, needed that because the summer was not the best, was it? I think they want to spend money, their hands are tied slightly, they've had to let go of a couple of their players that actually didn't want to let go of. And then you start the season, it's what's going to happen, especially after the promise of the last season or two. So they'll be absolutely thrilled with those wins on the bounce. But a big one today, that's a tough one going away to Tottenham. Tottenham, I feel, are a little bit of a different team now under Thomas Frank. So tough one to keep that run going, but they are looking a little bit healthier. And Emre will be obviously delighted about that.
Yeah, what about your former club? I mean, Thomas Frank was, we know well, you spent some time with him earlier in the season. What have you made of the new Tottenham under Thomas Frank?
Yeah, I think as a whole, I think we'd be quite happy with the start, really. Probably let a couple of home slip, where the home form will probably carry them through the season, so I think they want to do something about that. But largely, I think quite happy. I think they're a bit tougher to beat, a little bit, I don't know, a bit more structured, a bit more solid, if you like. As the start goes, where they are now, yeah, I think they would have taken that. Definitely something to build on. I like the squad, the makeup and the balance of it. I think some of them just getting into the flow of it, and I think they'll come better as the season goes. But yeah, to be in this position right now, to give them a lot going forward.
They've only lost once under Thomas Frank. 5 Premier League goals they've conceded, that's all. But as I mentioned, disruption. Christian Romero, the captain, out in the warm-up. Danzo's in, which isn't ideal. So close to kick-off.
No, not ideal at all. Of course, losing anybody, but someone so important, the captain, centre half. It's not ideal at all. Really interesting this as well. I mean, you've been a manager, Michael. We've seen them doing their set pieces. We now see them doing back 4 work just before the game. What are you doing this training all week? Save something else for your warm-up?
Yeah, I do think the game's swung an awful lot now in terms of maybe the last 2 or 3 years to what's been previous. The set plays seems to be a lot more common. It's not something I've done or been used to, but teams are doing that. And this is, I've seen Tottenham warm up a number of times, and they've done that. They've done that a lot last season actually as well, similar with the back line and triggers of when to drop, when to step. Maybe it's just a mental thing, but I think it's just changed probably what we're used to. We were used to a little bit more freedom and getting yourself mentally and just a little bit physically ready for the game, knowing what's coming. Now it's a lot more detail within.
All these people when they work for airports, then go they get free.
The game's coming up.
2 games on Premier League lads today, just minutes away. Spurs beating just one. No, if they win again, second in the league.
The boss they do it.
Make it 5 wins in a row.
I don't do the boss. Sometimes don't do go move, I don't go free, go move. So staff go enter. Don't say. And then another team staff we enter, stand up as attack. Space that you don't do and open a hand they can vote get.
This is what's really getting into scenario. Blocks the tackle.
It's not played.
When you look
people attack yourself, all this guy in the crew.
You still think about those things first of all as a defender, just doing those basics.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what having a defence, but you've got to always do the basics well.
But you company can grant you. Oh, we say I'm not in
Yeah.
You understand? Upper hand or company work again and they will not pay your transport to that place. So man, open no transport company. You go attack yourself now. After all those crew
you guys defend.
Oh, why are they members?
And you know that you guys have got
Rebecca Hannah.
get back in.
I'm going to say that you know
We've got the pace for it.
have you? Oh yeah.
We've got the most offside in the league.
You by a long way. Even when teams do.
Oh, we get behind it.
What does he say?
If you are friend to one of them,
He always says
outside
that
that. That's why you go there fly enter where you want to come back. Get you return ticket sef.
As soon as it goes over your head, look at the subside and look, it's come back.
Then even say no, problem but the flight take you know most of these flights now, no dey free. Dem go move like that.
This is something.
A balance ya no change.
How brave you guys are.
And the thing is, you get one of my friends where they work for airport. Now they ask us say,
All the time.
na free you dey enter if you dey travel. We no gree talk. I see somehow.
And you're holding. Is that your?
I showed them that shishi. You know what
Is
shishi.
it a group of? Is it the centre back?
But you know what talk?
It's our centre half that
No one talk.
lead the line, so full back.
All that for one on a one flight. I didn't see maybe they put. You
But
understand?
sometimes we
I
do
don't
make
think
mistakes
she-
in it. Like almost quite
I
wrong.
know they pay.
Stepped up a bit too late. I think when you first come and you wanted us to do it, everyone felt uncomfortable, keeping a high line. You know, the line wasn't straight. People were dropping before different players. But you know, the more you train it, the more you do it, the more comfortable you feel, the more confident you are. Then it pays off.
Okay, it's great to have you. You okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you that ball because I know when the players have the ball, they're more relaxed. And he looks like you're really relaxed.
Yeah, I'm calm now.
Yeah.
If I see that kind of work, I will seriously
What are you
grab it.
thinking when you pick that ball and the other half?
This opportunity, they enter free
This is the way
transport.
Man City play. This is where a game I like because they like to press man to man and be tight. So you know if you beat your man, the space will open up. So it's just about turning and going.
You've passed 4 players.
Yeah.
They were all trying to pull you down. That's
Even
strength.
going somewhere like
Obviously,
this,
the
I
basic
said,
level
don't
of strength, but I
they
think it's
enter
about how clever
flight.
you are in using your body
So,
to turn away
the
from
country
players.
is
Makes it difficult for the defenders.
so bad now that
Scoring goals from you.
if you say maybe you won't go come out from here,
Yeah, I think
they
so.
fit
Yeah, I
well
think
from it.
I try to help it, obviously as much as possible. And if it's goals, if it's assists, and as long as we win, honestly, I don't care who scores, how we score, how
Come on,
ugly
they
or scrappy the
can
game
do
is.
it.
Sometimes it's just
They
about
have
winning
like-
and scoring, and whoever pops up for the team, we're all happy. So, but it's me. Hopefully it is, but if it's not,
The only stress wey dey tire me for flight be say you no go reach where you dey. They go still stop you for far away, you go still look for taxi to go.
First
And you will pay much for taxi. And that taxi too dey cost.
Stadium.
Yeah.
At home with Thomas.
So that will be,
Today, they welcome.
almost the same amount to one year get, you can reach where see about another.
Premier games.
So imagine for more you get than I get that. You understand?
As we
Bad
mentioned,
flight.
pre-match
They
flow,
go some
no
factory
captain
airport.
Christian Romero.
They dey inside that.
Injured in the warm-up. He's
Yeah.
talking to his Argentinian teammate Emi Martinez that he is not in the side. Kevin Danzo starts in the Premier League for the first time instead. No replacement on the bench. So it is Mickey van der Ven, as you can see, that leads Tottenham out. Still beaten just once under Thomas Frank in all competitions. Villa looking to maintain their recent momentum. Spurs have picked up just 1 point in the last 2 home games. That defeat to Bournemouth and that disappointing late draw with Wolves. They're looking for all 3 points today. Reminder, as well as Romero's admission in the team news, originally Thomas Frank had made just the one change. Judd Spence is in for a doggy, but now, of course, as I say, Kevin Danzo starts alongside Van der Ven, who wears the captain's armband. Colin Mawani is fit enough to return to the Spurs bench. Amadou Onana and Evan Guisan both start for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins is only a substitute with that injury he picked up playing for England against Wales. But Jadon Sancho is also back on the bench for Aston Villa. Difficult one to call this, really, isn't it, when you look at the recent form, Mike?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, to be honest. I think, Villa full of confidence. Tottenham at home want to put that up, get them results out of the system and get back to winning ways. I like the balance of Tottenham too. I think it was dangerous. Jenkins coming off the bench for Villa. And how City is. Could give them a boost going later in the game. Games are quite often now one from the bench, so it'll be interesting how that develops. But yeah, it'll be a really interesting game. Two good football teams, so it should be exciting to watch.
There's definite positivity in the air under Thomas Frank with Tottenham Hotspur.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he's that positive type of guy, isn't he? And probably just what Tottenham fans wanted at that time. These are two evenly matched teams, two very similar teams. I think home advantage could just push it away of Thomas Frank and his man. So I have to say, in what could be a tight game, I think it could be a Tottenham win.
Thomas Frank has never beaten Unai Emery in his managerial career, so they would be a great time to start that. And they've conceded only 5 Premier League goals. They've had a real defensive foundation under Thomas Frank so far.
Yeah, I think that's been quite a big difference, quite an obvious difference really. I think it's something when he's gone in there, it's probably where he's thought if we can get that foundation to build on. Don't necessarily have probably played as much football, whatever football is these days. I don't think they've necessarily played as extreme as what they have done with Ange, but they've been effective, you know. And as I keep saying, the foundation I think they're building. I think they'll get better as the season goes as well.
John McGinn is the one constant, the captain of Aston Villa, and they'll hope the break hasn't interrupted this momentum. And what about Villa without Watkins, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, Ollie Watkins is a standout centre forward at the club. Obviously, he had a bit of a shin problem against Wales. Whether that's the manager put him on the bench for today is debatable. But yeah, I mean, Ollie Watkins certainly coming off the bench is very dangerous as well. I mean, I think he's a very good player and he plays really well when he's angry, and if he's been dropped then he might be angry today. And he won't have to face him either, so that's a bonus for Aston Villa. This could be a good game. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, Ollie Watkins has started every single game for Villa so far this season. He's on the bench for this one. Let's enjoy the first half then from North London in the company of Matt Holland and Steve Wilson.
Well, all the matches this weekend and next in the Premier League are designated as no room for racism, highlighting the importance of diversity and reminding us that there should be no place for discrimination in our game. It is Aston Villa kicking from left to right in the first 45 minutes of this one against Tottenham Hotspur in the familiar white and dark blue. And here is John McGinn, who has started out on that left-hand side as that pass goes through to Emiliano Martinez. It's an interesting Villa formation. It looks today, you've got the two holders, Matt Holland with Morgan Rogers a little wider on the right-hand side, John McGinn a little wider on the left.
Yeah, it's a familiar setup for Unai Emery. He's got the potential to change it if need be to a 4-2-3-1, but he does like his wide midfield players to narrow off, particularly in possession. They attack through the middle, which allows the fullbacks to get forward as much as possible and provide the width. Without the ball, it will become more of a 4-4-2.
Here's Matty Cash for Aston Villa, returning the ball to Emiliano Martinez. Conceded 4 on this ground last season. He pings it away in the direction of Donyell Malen. Unai Emery was saying after the victory in which Donyell Malen scored a couple of goals against Burnley that he's not been slow in knocking on his door, Donyell Malen, and saying it's about time he gave me some minutes. Well, he was rewarded.
And he wants the minutes up front as well. Well, Ollie Watkins has come back from international duty, carrying a knock, only fit enough for the bench, so he does play through the middle again.
A little bit of technical difficulty for Simon Hooper. Just making sure that everybody can hear him and that he can hear the VAR, who is Paul Tierney today. Eventually taking the throw-in, Pedro Porro. Just putting his hands into the back of McGinn, who went to ground, but no free kick. Pau Torres for Aston Villa. Luke Dean with a poke forward. Audebert for Tottenham Hotspur. John McGinn was just caught by Mohamed Kudus. That will be a free kick.
Still complaining he didn't get a free kick moments ago for a nudge in the back.
He shields the ball better than almost anybody, John McGinn. Here's Matty Cash, that's a little bit deep.
Intriguing game, isn't it, this? Tottenham started the season so well. But form here isn't great. Only won 3 of the last 17 home Premier League matches, and Thomas Frank has been keen to stress he needs to make this place a fortress.
It's one of those places where you imagine it's a great place to play, but it can also on occasion be a tricky place to play. It's not going so well. Here's Ezri Konsa for in-form Aston Villa. They are in form, but they're not favourites for this one, according to the win probability statistics, which are quite tight. And as Matt Holland was saying a little earlier, both Unai Emery and Thomas Frank in their pre-match interviews stressed that they felt it would be close. Here's Konsa, and he's had it nicked away from him. Just about kept in play by Matis Tel, and their reward is a corner kick.
There's an immediate apology from Onana, back in the team, and he gives the ball away. It's a loose pass. Spurs pressing high.
So first corner is a Tottenham corner. And Matis Tel, who was very alive, is going to take it. Overloading the back post, almost a la Arsenal. In goes that corner kick, up go the heads, headed firmly away. It'll be collected by Spence. Kudus with a lovely whip ball. And it's in! Rodrigo Bentancur. Only 4.5 minutes played. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Aston Villa 0.
Set pieces are a big part of Thomas Frank's coaching philosophy. The first delivery wasn't brilliant, but they keep it alive. What a ball this is from Mohamed Kudus to the far post. I think it's João Palhinha that keeps it alive. Heads it back into the danger area, and what a strike that is from Bentancur. Difficult to control, but he does well to keep it down, gets a good connection. Big deflection that takes it past the goalkeeper, who's got absolutely no chance.
And Rodrigo Bentancur is on the score sheet for the first time this season. Spurs in front. And Bentancur celebrating, presumably soon going to be celebrating fatherhood as well, judging by the celebration. 1-0 Tottenham. Gets on chasing that, but it's comfortably through to Vicario.
That's what you call a fast start. So well in that position as a holding midfield player alongside Palhinha. They do give the back four good protection, and it's the two midfielders that combine.
Van der Ven booming that away. Kudus controls it on his chest quite brilliantly. It's 2-0. The flag's up on the far side. Mohamed Kudus' celebrations are cut short. He took it brilliantly. Would have been a great goal, but he's offside.
Yeah, and he has gone too early, hasn't he? Wrong side when that ball's played over the top. Some finish.
Yeah, it's a metre or so, isn't it? It's a straightforward decision for a Premier League linesman, and Simon Long was unlikely to get that wrong, but it was a great ball by Van der Ven and brilliantly done by Kudus, who was illustrated in the first 7 minutes why M17 North London are all talking about Mohamed Kudus. Matty Cash, by the way, is getting a bit of stick from Tottenham fans. That's a historical thing for a challenge by Cash on Bentancur a couple of years ago, which put the Uruguayan out of action in a meeting between these two. Long memories here. Villa throw, Lucadine will take this, rocked on their heels, that early setback. And just get that right. Daniel Marlon managed to flick it on, however. Danso with the clearance only as far as Cash. Camera for Ivan Guesson. Here's Cash again. Morgan Rogers. Good block.
I think we've seen already how Thomas Frank can be adaptable. When Villa have got good possession, they will drop off, they'll sit in and make it difficult to play through. But there's also the opportunity to press high, and they've been aggressive in the press as well, Tottenham early on. Particularly with Emi Martinez as the goalkeeper, who likes to stand on the ball, likes to invite the press if you like. Spurs are recognising that and pushing high up when they can. But at the same time, when Villa have good possession, they're happy to drop off as well.
Thumbs up from the Dane. Cash with the throw. And he's advanced too far. The throw-in will now be a Tottenham throw. Much to the pleasure of the home fans. So Jed Spence with the Tottenham throw. Cushioned carefully by Pedro Porro. Bentancur, the goal scorer. And that's going to be a Villa corner.
That's the pressure from Aston Villa now. You see Mickey van der Ven saying he wants on his left side. Poor pass from Bentancur.
John McGinn is going to take this for the visitors. Rogers gets on. Marlon are the three Villa players in and around the goal mouth, trying to make life uncomfortable for Vicario. McGinn's delivery, headed firmly away by Van der Ven, driven back in by Matty Cash. Now, did that hit Conster? Spurs thought it might have done, but a corner's been given.
And Spurs spent the last 5 minutes of their warm-up working on defending set pieces and corners. Couple of early tests.
Here's McGinn corner Mark 2. Toward the back post, and João Palhinha ducked underneath it. Maybe got a shout from Vicario. It is a Tottenham goal kick.
He actually got bumped out of this, didn't he, Vicario? I mean, he's brilliant at defending corners. Tries to come off his line, but he's easily beaten to it.
Well, great start for Tottenham. Probably the worst performance of the season. Spurs came here against Bournemouth in a defeat. But aside from that, they've really liked what they've seen, the home fans, over the course of this early season. Here is Kevin Danso. So it's his first Premier League start of this campaign, the Austrian. João Palhinha for Bentancur for Van der Ven. tricky, Matt, if you expect him to be on the bench and you're suddenly thrust into the starting 11 as a teammate twinges something?
Can be, although I think the injury to Romero came very early in the warm-up, so Kenny Danso was able to complete the majority of the warm-up with his teammates, so should be fine. And it's his first start in the Premier League this season, but he has had 90 minutes already against PSG pre-season, Doncaster and Bodo Glimt as well in the Champions League, so he's played plenty of football.
Danso now looking to get Matis Tel involved. He's flicked it on in the direction of Mohamed Kudus. Pau Torres for company. Jean Palinha. Just a little bit too much of Lucadine, and it is a free kick to Aston Villa.
Why is this Mama
All the really good partnerships with Porro as well down that right hand side. The majority of Spurs attacks this season has come down the right.
The free kick is taken long, guess I'm looking for it. Danso got something on it. Pedro Porro playing it off Sean McGinn.
And they are all special. They came prepared.
You sort of feel he would be great anywhere, Kudus. He could be a great box-to-box midfielder. His dribbling skills make him a very effective wide player, which is where he's mostly used by Spurs. Guess on nicking that from Odobert, and here's Cash. And that comes Vicario Trecci.
It's a good advantage actually from Simon Hooper as well. And he's going to get a free kick. He's starting against it. Matthew Cash has got the opportunity to get his shot away. Just drags it wide. And good advantage from the referee.
Has got himself a goal already this season, Cash. That's well won by Onana, lashed away by Van de Ven. Torres here for Aston Villa. Yet to win away from home this season. Morgan Rogers has it. It's Cash.
That was a difficulty for Spurs' midfield. Bentancur wasn't sure whether to push him on one of the two holding midfielders for Aston Villa. Got tempted to do so, and Morgan Rogers just was able to get in that space behind him.
Lucadine's area, he should have controlled that really. Unai Emery already prowling and looking very discontented with what he's seen in the first 15 minutes. He's not a man to hide his feelings, Unai Emery. Van de Ven releasing Spence. Odobert trying to run in behind Cash, and he's got there. Cash has recovered, did well actually. Scooped by Rogers towards Daniel Marlon. Dispossessed by Pedro Porro, who was then fouled. Little shirt pull by Marlon. He might have gone too early here, Matis Tel. He has offside.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Goal scoring has been Villa's problem this season, really. Hoping that Daniel Marlin's arrival on the score sheet against Burnley might have offered some alternatives to Ollie Watkins. They're certainly not quite at the level that they achieved last season at times. Cash with the ball into Gesson. Gesson can't reach that. They were thrilling Aston Villa on occasion last season, combining a successful Premier League campaign with a Champions League campaign. Just still maybe a little bit of a work in progress this season.
Yeah, so I think they are a little bit too slow in the build-up. I think they're less purposeful in possession this season. I think at their very best, they play through Morgan Rogers quickly. Ollie Watkins is running in behind. I know he's not available today, or he's off the bench today. But I think they move the ball quickly when they're at their best. And I think this season it's just been a little slow in possession.
Cash with this throw-in. Van der Ven's header. Oh, good feet. Wilson Odobert on the run here. He is swift. That's well done by Camara for Villa. Spence with the throw for João Palhinha. Pedro Porro's ball. Odobert sneaking around the back. Wasn't a bad idea, that, just couldn't quite reach it.
Well, you've got good delivery, haven't you, when you've got Pedro Porro on the ball in that position. And Thomas Frank's keen for his side to really flood the box, get numbers into the area.
Pau Torres for Aston Villa. Gesson might have got a little shove in the back there from Kevin Danso. If he did, Simon Hooper didn't feel it was enough to warrant a free kick.
I want the chance to show up with the silver. I present let me go.
Kudus getting in behind. Lukaku chasing him. Lovely first touch from Mohamed Kudus. They're doubling up on him and have conceded a corner here off Onana.
There's good work from Onana. It's not great defending from Luka Dean. Switched off, allowed Kudus to get in behind him. Looking for a tough test. And a Villa fullback today.
Mohamed Kudus scored in the international break, just finished the goal which saw Ghana qualify for the World Cup finals in the summer. And he's going to take this Tottenham corner now. 20 minutes played. That's collected by Emi Martinez under no great pressure. Rogers. There was contact with Van der Ven. Simon Hooper's played one advantage, but then has decided to call play back. And having done so, I think he's going to feel duty bound to get the yellow card out here, because Donyell Marlin would have preferred to play on. Simon Hooper then did whistle, and Van der Ven's going to get a card.
Take your pick which foul he gives. Two bad fouls. I think you're absolutely right. Villa wanted to play on. Simon Hooper tried to play advantage after the first tackle on Morgan Rogers.
So it's a yellow card for Van der Ven. Kevin Danso, that almost hit Bentancur rather than Bentancur hitting it. Onana saw a little gap, but João Palhinha managed to cut out in the nick of time. Odobert for Matty's tail. Odobert. There's a tangle of legs right on the edge of the area with Onana. Morgan Rogers for Aston Villa. Van der Ven would appear to have this covered under a bit of pressure from Gesson, who fouled Van der Ven.
I tell you what's a clever pass, wasn't it, from Morgan Rogers for Gesson to run onto, but you pick anybody to run against, you wouldn't be picking Mickey Van der Ven. This is at the other end. Was there a foul? If there was, it was outside the box. Don't think there's too much in it. It go down fairly easily, but it looks like it's outside.
Yeah. Wasn't deemed to be a foul anyway. 1-0 Tottenham, and we're just past the midway point of the first half. Rodrigo Bentancur with that goal 18 minutes ago now. Spurs have only conceded 5 goals this season, and there's only Arsenal who conceded fewer, so if you are 1-0 down against Spurs, it might be a problem, even with so long still to play. Here's Jed Spence. Xavi Simons back to Spence. João Palhinha.
He's been busy, Xavi Simons, without seeing too much of the ball. He's desperately trying to get on it. In the structure, and they're so tightly marked. You can see the back four and the midfield four really congested, so it's hard to find space, but he's working hard to get on the ball.
Kevin Danso. Pedro Porro has won his side a corner kick. Spurs look for more threatening outfit and have the lead to illustrate it at the moment. Kudus, back post was Odegaard, did get himself in front of Morgan Rogers. It's going to be a goal kick to Aston Villa.
Yeah, once again, Spurs flooding that back post, all going towards the near and leaving the man at the back post free to attack it.
I don't think Rogers had any idea he was there at all. From Danso.
Big opportunity for Odegaard down the left-hand side. Quite sure who Thomas Franks thinks is his best option down the left. He's tried various people, tried Brennan Johnson in that position.
João Palhinha. He'd go out and play it off McGinn. It's a Tottenham throw-in. João Palhinha's been a great get for Tottenham Hotspur. Bayern Munich had to work and wait to get João Palhinha to Bavaria, and then they hardly used him once they got him. Tottenham used him all right.
Yeah, what a signing he's proven to be. Brilliant without the ball, but he's been effective with it as well. A couple of goals already this season.
Simon's back header, Kudus. Ezri Konsa is impressive again for England in the break. That's a nice looking ball. Daniel Marlin with Danso, who did really well. That's really good defending from Kevin Danso, because he looked second favourite there for a second. Good ball too here for Odegaard. Tell in the middle, Simons arriving, Kudus too. Martinez didn't hold it when he really should have done. And he's a bit lucky, the Villa keeper.
All steps from the work that Kevin Danso defensively though, tracking Marlon all the way. Great switch from Porro. It's a pretty comfortable save, you would think, for Emi Martinez, but he makes it a difficult one.
Evan Gerson finding Cash. Boubacar Kamara. Nice little spot there for Gessel, closed down by João Palhinha. Here's Kudus. Rodrigo Bentancur to Van de Ven. You'd imagine the Netherlands have a pretty good central defensive duo with VDV and VVD. Van de Ven and Virgil van Dijk.
He actually played left back, I think, for the Dutch in this international break.
Matty Sell got a little glancing touch on that, but it is going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. He is a Premier League record holder of sorts as well, João Palhinha, in that he jointly has the most number of yellow cards ever received in a season. 13 in his time as a Fulham player. There's Ollie Watkins. He missed the second England game, Matt. He's got a little niggle, as you referred to earlier. Well, he is on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's someone that, as the game progresses, might enjoy the fact that there might be a bit more space in the game in the last 20 minutes, half an hour or so to run in behind. That's where he's at his very best.
João Palhinha won that from Onana. Marlon tried to get involved. Rodgers then back into the Dutchman. Xavi Simons made a challenge, but McGinn keeps Villa moving in the right direction. Lucas Digne penned in by two. Porro and Kudus. Out-muscled and dispossessed. Tottenham throw. Just struggling to really lay a glove on Spurs at the moment, Aston Villa.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Opening half an hour, reasonably dominant performance from Tottenham. They've been sharper, quicker, more lively in forward positions.
Onana. Here's Cash. Concert. Camera through the legs of Xavi Simons, well run. João Palhinha getting Matty Tell moving. Camera in front of him, Tell tried to come inside, couldn't quite take the ball with him. They'll have a man down, it's Onana in a heap inside the centre circle, and Simon Hooper stopped play.
That's that big challenge from Palhinha. He's been excellent in this game so far. Skiddy surface, slides into the tackle.
Yeah, Onana maybe having the wind knocked out of his sails a little bit, but I suspect he'll be okay. João Palhinha with a very João Palhinha-like challenge, and also had a part to play in the goal, of course.
Yeah, he did, at the far post. And that ball comes in from Kudus. It's a deep one, but who keeps it alive? It is Palhinha at the far post. Heads it back into the danger area. Bentancur meets it, catches it sweetly, but the deflection takes it past Emi Martinez. It was a really fast start from Tottenham.
And Uruguayan is into double figures for goals in all competitions for Tottenham Hotspur. As Onana gets ready to return to the action. he will be back. He is trudging almost painfully slowly to the far touchline, but I'm pretty sure he will be back. And play will restart with an uncontested drop ball, which Emiliano Martinez will take for Villa. Emi Martinez bowls that out to Ezri Konsa. Cash. Gesson trying to run in behind. Vicario has read that neatly. Onana's back on the pitch for Aston Villa, who have this throw in. Two balls on the pitch, that's why we'll have to do that again. Fourth official today, Anthony Taylor, has just made Evan Gesson put one of his shin pads back in. The Frenchman on the ball here took it out and threw it off the pitch, but you have to have two shin pads in. They can be postage stamp size if you wish, but they have to be in.
And the majority are postage stamp size now.
Here's Lucadine in a decent position, whipped it in. Vicario got good hands to that. Pau Torres, McGinn, really the first time Villa have got in behind. They try and do so again. Pedro Porro with a block this time. Rather dallied on the ball. João Palhinha in a very dangerous position. And Onana nearly profited.
Scrappy period of play from both sides.
Bentancur winning that for Tottenham, and Xavi Simons accelerates. Odobert here for Tottenham. Kudus back post, two arms raised, wants it. Odobert cuts inside, runs into trouble, runs into Onana, who found Konsa. This is all a bit tight and needs to be precise, and is. Nicely done, and then a heavy touch from Rodgers.
The two defensive midfield players for Aston Villa have done a decent job actually of helping out their fullbacks, because both Kudus and Odobert are so good with the ball at feet and look to attack their fullbacks. And those two fullbacks have needed the help of those two centre midfielders to come across and double up.
Bentancur. Xavi Simons just unable to reach it. Konsa. Rodgers hasn't really got in the game yet, Morgan Rodgers. Cash with the forward ball, gets on here. Nearly took it away from Jed Spence in one caress of a right boot, but not quite.
Spurs have dealt with that ball over the top really well, haven't they? Track their runners, use their body strength, and defends the quickest defending in the league, I think.
Play goes on, Ezri Konsa finding camera for McGinn. Lucadine away on the left-hand side in a good position, but Villa weren't really aware of it. Rodgers getting it back from Xavi Simons, getting the shot away, scoring! Out of absolutely nothing. And you knew as soon as you hit it, it was goal bound. Morgan Rodgers. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Aston Villa 1.
Wow, that is something special from Morgan Rodgers. You felt in the last couple of weeks he's just starting to get back to somewhere near his best. He's had a couple of assists in the last two Premier League matches, and now he's got himself a goal. He gets a bit of luck because the ball ricochets back to him, but when it comes back to him, he's got one thought in his mind: can he get his shot away? And he does it brilliantly. What a hit from Morgan Rodgers.
Well, it looked good the moment it left his boot, and it is one each. Unai Emery was celebrating before the ball had hit the net. Slightly out of context with Villa's performance, slightly against the run of play, but it's a great goal and it's one each.
It was only a couple of minutes ago you were saying they haven't really got Morgan Rogers on the ball enough, and they haven't, because that's what he's capable of. When he does have possession of the ball, he can create some magic, and he's just produced a wonderful strike.
It is his first goal of the season. Simon's trying to get Kudus running. Mohamed Kudus just a little bit too close to Martinez. Goal scorer Rogers. No free kick. Rogers is staying down here. Simon Hooper gave nothing and is sticking with that. Camera then has slid into Xavi Simons and fouled him. McGinn and Xavi Simons getting involved. It will at least allow the Villa medical staff to come on and look at Morgan Rogers.
And immediately when he went to ground, Morgan Rogers, he put his arm in the air as if something serious. Doesn't look good at all for him.
No, he was immediately stricken and calling for assistance. And then when Camara fouled Xavi Simons, he reacted to John McGinn, who was standing 2-3 metres behind him.
See what happened. He wanted a foul. It looks like he kicks the ground, doesn't it? It looks like he gets his foot stuck in the pitch.
Yeah.
Maybe just rolls his ankle. Oh, he twisted there, didn't he?
Yeah. Just slipped away under his feet.
Straight away, he knew it was a problem.
Well, the highs and lows. Morgan Rogers with a cracking goal. And he's hobbling away, which looked unlikely that he'd be able to hobble away a moment or so ago. Here's the goal, super strike.
Oh, it's worth seeing again, isn't it? He's got the power, he's got the dip, he's got the accuracy.
I mean, can you look at Vicario maybe, because it doesn't exactly go top corner, it's not in the corner, it's not in the roof of the net, it's pretty much slightly to the right of centre, a good metre or so down from the bottom of the net. Could he have got nearer?
Fair question. It did dip viciously though.
We'll see whether Tottenham can make something dip from this free kick. Morgan Rogers off the pitch at the moment. Pedro Porro is going to hit this. There's no wall to speak of, so Martinez can see it coming. Pedro Porro, he's hit the referee with it. Mohamed Kudus with the ball in. Oh, and it went straight through Matty Stell. Well, a kind of comedy of errors, all in the space of 10 seconds. Pedro Porro with a big sort of pantomime build-up to a free kick. Looked like Cristiano Ronaldo here.
And John McGinn not happy at all, because he felt as though he was going to gain possession of that ball. But Simon Hooper allowed play to continue. What a ball that is from Kudus. He's delivered one from this side, which led to the goal. This is as good as, if not better, actually, than the one that produced the goal.
Well, that would have been highly contentious, because normally if the ball hits the referee, then it's a drop ball. Had Spurs scored from that, I think it's fair to say that Aston Villa would have been extremely unhappy.
I think it's because Spurs kept possession of the ball that he allowed it to continue, but it actually, his deflection aided Tottenham. It went straight to him when John McGinn felt as though he was going to nick the ball off him.
Kevin Danso here for Spurs. Well, he's back on the pitch, and half-time's not a million miles away, so They'll hope to do some work on that, assuming he can get through to the break, Rogers. It's his goal, which means it's one each. Mattis Tell running in behind, but Martinez aware of the danger.
Probably could have stayed inside his area there. The ball was off the skippy surface coming to him.
Well, Villa have barely touched the ball inside the Tottenham Hotspur penalty area.
And it took a screamer to get them level. I think it was their first shot on target in the game.
Get the feeling he's a man who's hard to please. Oh no. Pau Torres. Consa. Still. So last minute of normal time in the first half. Kevin Danso to Bentancur. Fourth official Anthony Taylor has his ball in hand as the whistle goes for a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. And as Pedro Porro needs a moment, the number that goes up is 5. Oh, good, John McGinn.
Yeah, well, that 5 minutes might be extended, the injury to Pedro Porro, who's still down. Let's have another look. He knew exactly what he was doing, didn't he, John McGinn? Just backs into him to stop him making that run.
It's not what you would call an elbow exactly, but he knew what he was doing. Spurs free kick then. Pedro Porro dipping ball, Pau Torres away. Xavi Simons. Odobert with a cross, it's a lovely one too, and it's headed over the top. Well, it was an opportunity for Van de Ven that.
They experiment with the set pieces, don't they? Thomas Frank works heavily on them. Again, they keep it alive and get another attempt on goal from it.
Just have 3 goals already this season. The man is wearing the Tottenham armband today because Christian Romero felt a tweak in the warm-up, so didn't start the game. Vicario to Odobert. Onana under pressure from Tell. Offside flag up on this near side. Simon Hooper will let play go on. Pedro Porro has managed to control that. Hit Pau Torres is appealing for handball against the Spanish central defender. Here's Kudus. Pedro Porro. It's already been checked and cleared, I think, that appeal for handball. Here's Spence. No foul. I guess on shoulder to shoulder. Xavi Simons giving some of that back to Boubacar Kamara, but that is a foul.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul. And what about the penalty appeal? 1-2 shouts for handball. And Pro delivers this into the area. Where does it hit him? On the hip. Yeah, good decision.
Onana. McGinn couldn't quite reach it. Wilson here for Tottenham Hotspur, finding Spence. Last few seconds of added time at the end of the first half. Xavi Simons going to ground, but play goes on. Oliver's got it into the path of Jed Spence, and that's going to be a corner kick off Onana.
I have to give Simon Hooper a bit of credit here today because he has tried to play the advantage as much as possible. There's a potential foul on Stevens, but he allowed it to continue. And again, the shouts for handball. Well, nothing doing there either, is there?
No. To be fair, I think the appeals came from the Tottenham fans rather than the Tottenham players. They do have a corner though. In toward the congested goal mouth. And Simon Hooper says that'll do for the first half. Tottenham Hotspur will feel a little aggrieved that they're not in front. Scored an early goal, good goal to Rodrigo Bentancur with his first of the season, and appeared to be relatively comfortable at 1-0 until Morgan Rogers unleashed a banger to equalise for Aston Villa. So at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at the break, Spurs 1, Aston Villa 1.
It's all square in North London after that very fast start from Tottenham Hotspur. As Steve was saying, with that goal from Bentancur inside 5 minutes in the North London rain. But back came Aston Villa. Morgan Rogers is the reason that they are back on terms at the break.
My brother might be blind, but for him, football is not just about what we see or what we feel.
My day was draining. Everything was just off. I just knew my face were both going through the most. That's J-A-Y to the D-E-A, content creator extraordinaire. Sorry fans, is ours today. And that's the savvy girl, Zoe, the best Afrobeat DJ ever. And see as my guys came through. Sharing a Coke with my OGs. Who will you share a Coke with?
Oh, and it falls through to the striker. What a goal! I can't believe it. We're just minutes in and it's already 1-0.
Oh, wait, Alex. Look at that fan. He's so emotional. Even his phone is getting some love. But wait, is he leaving? No, somebody stop him. This match is not over.
It is over if you play 1-up.
Get settled early with SportyBet. 1-up. Winning is now that easy.
Mama, so these guys still call you Mama Dugu. Yes, now, because they know I always express love to them. Take your Indomie Oriental, pepper number, your Indomie pepper soup. Take your Indomie crayfish. Thank you.
childhood favorite to new discoveries. Keep expressing love with Indomie flavors.
Still on the old My DSTV app. Time to make the switch. And yes, it's as easy as it sounds. Just download the new My DSTV app and log in as you normally would. Everything you need is right there. Your account, your settings, your offers. It's a smoother way to pay, upgrade, reconnect, or clear errors. All in fewer steps. No hassle, just more control in less time. Download the new My DSTV app, made to make it easy. TerraQ or Rapjoy, unleash taste.
Meet Gabriel the Bagenki. He also doesn't play with the best odds on sports. That's Promise, the tactical, and he loves our 300% hacker bonus. And there's me, the big boss. I like to play halftime up, so full-time drama won't spoil my cash out. You can now cash out at halftime even if your team loses at full-time. Bet and get up to 1 million naira on BetKing Sports. It's plenty. That feeling, that's BetKing.
Every second counts. Start your journey to financial freedom with HFM. Trade Forex, gold, and more with the best conditions on a trusted platform. HFM executes fairly and fast with 24/7 support. Join millions who trust HFM for online trading. Download the HFM app and start trading today. HFM, trade your way.
My brother might be blind, but for him, football is not just about what we see, or what we feel.
Welcome back. So 1-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium between Spurs and Aston Villa. Let's get straight into it. What a fast and positive start that was from Tottenham Hotspur, taking the lead through Bentancur.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Tottenham broke the deadlock quite early. Corner that they recycled, actually. Villa do well to clear it, but then they can't prevent the second ball coming in from Kudus. And it's actually a decent ball. He puts a little bit of bend on it and certainly a bit of pace on it. And Palhinha does so well at the back post, nodding it back into the danger area. From a defensive point of view, before it struck home by Bentancur, Michael, as a midfielder, McGinn, ball watching a bit, what do you think?
Yeah, I think when the cross comes in, he's connected with his centre-halves, and then he doesn't drop as the centre-halves drop. The centre-backs have got to go to goal, which leaves the space for the cut-back. You see it here, the centre-backs drop to the 6-yard line, and McGinn, I think, realises just around the penalty spot, and that's his space to cover. Apart from that, really, there's not a lot wrong with Villa's defending. I think it was just a standard cross and knockdown. But
yeah, and I mean, I know it takes a deflection, but he does well to keep that down. When that ball bounces, it's so easy. The ball is on its way up. It's so easy to hit over. He keeps his knee over the ball, keeps it low, and he gets that little bit of luck.
Now, Morgan Rogers scored 7 goals for you at Middlesbrough. Did he score any like this?
No, not quite. Not quite. He did do well for us, Morgan. He's got such a talent. He's still young. He's still developing, and he was trying to put it together. He just didn't quite have that fine line product for us as he was growing and developing. But you see, these areas he can shoot off his right, off his left. He gets a little bit of luck with the first ricochet, but he strikes it quite pure, really, and the ball doesn't spin so much. It kind of goes through the air and floats and dips, and it's a great strike from him.
Vicario, boys?
Well, I think the ball goes quite central, doesn't it? I mean, when I first saw it go in, I thought, wow, what a finish. And it was a great finish. I didn't think the keeper had any chance. But then when I see it on a replay, it does go quite central. I just wonder whether he had his angles wrong a little bit. But there is a bit of dip on the ball, which I think hurts him. It's more dip than spin one way or the other. But yeah, I probably would look at the goalkeeper and think, because he got nowhere near it. I mean, he wasn't even close to it. So I do think his angles were probably slightly out.
Okay, so our freshman's first England goal. Morgan Rogers has his first Premier League goal since April, and that is the reason that these two are level. There hasn't been a draw between Spurs and Aston Villa in the last 20 league meetings. Will we find a goal and a winner in the rain in the second half? Stay with us. We'll find out very shortly.
Our people, our nation, look how far we've come together in the past 5 years.
Growth and endless national possibilities. Our fashion has become a global statement of our creativity.
Our culture and cuisine remains rich and diverse. Our Afrobeats are the world's new anthem.
Today, more people are enjoying the benefits of a modern, connected life. Financial inclusion has brought prosperity closer to everyone.
Nigerian talents are setting global standards, from the boardroom to sport fields, arts, education.
Indeed, we've come a long way. As we mark our 65th Independence Day anniversary, we at MTN Nigeria are proud to celebrate with you. Happy Independence Day.
What makes a true leader in the game? Is it being the first to start? For over a decade, one name has always led in front. That name is Bet Naija. Bet Builder, Bet Freeze, one-up Bet Boom. Not just features, but unbeatable odds on over 300,000 live matches, playing to win. Just another reason why Bet Naija is truly Nigeria's #1.
Life doesn't wait, so why should you? With Blaze, you can buy now and pay later stress-free. You can also get 0% interest on insurance premium finance with free transfers and no-cost bill payments. And smart money management tools, you can stay smart and stay ahead. Unlock financial freedom with Blaze by Premium Trust Bank. Premium Trust Bank, Nigeria's fastest growing bank.
You know, predominantly all we do here is news and all of the juicy stories.
Monday Night Football Nigeria, proudly brought to you by MTN. Go make a difference. Golden Penny, serving habits, nourishing families, and Bet Naija.
Good evening and welcome to the La Liga EA Sports season. And it's a big one. Ronaldo's with Iñaki at the far side, the highest quality. And we'll have our third penalty of the day. La Liga's top marksman.
Watch La Liga live on Supersport. The world's best football. It's on. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by SportyBet. Playing with champions.
Now, us matter we come balance. And I can't go away sharp over 2.5 last week. Because na fake. Forget that thing. I don't bet get high up and you can cash out anytime.
I go for the game where go enter.
Now, so just use their AIC.
I play, I win, I love bet.
This is my brother Miracle. Even his rivals love him.
He brings it into life.
My brother might be blind. But for him, football is not just about what we see. But what we feel.
Less than 90 minutes to kick off at Anfield, the 217th meeting of the two most successful clubs in English football, the latest instalment of Liverpool against Manchester United on Merseyside as we go back to Anfield and Ian Irving.
Yeah, in the Liverpool dressing room with Liverpool legend John Barnes. John, before such a big game like this, what would the atmosphere be like in this dressing room?
Well, in 1987-88, it would be different to now. Because people would be watching races, I'd be in a hot bath, and I'd have to be reading the newspapers. So football has changed. Football has changed. Now there's much more professional. Well, there was no screen. No, you have to be in the playoffs now. You didn't have a screen here before.
Okay.
So my day was a little bit different. Now they'll be concentrating on the game and not watching the races and stuff like that. So times have changed, but it'll still be as focused and as determined. And it's a big game against Manchester United, so they'll be up for it.
Let's have a walk into the corner. I mean, who'll be the ones talking in there, do you think, before the game? Who'll be the noisiest?
Well, I don't think they have lots of noisy players anymore. Times have changed. And Liverpool is not a place for music and stuff like that. Biggest feature for me, if you're looking at these names here, looking at the players, we've had a whole new team. You got Isak, you got Kirkes, you got Florian Wirtz, you got Ekitike over there, and these are all good young players who last year, when we won the league comfortably, we made no signings. Now all of a sudden, because we signed these players, these great players, hundreds of millions of pounds, we automatically assume, we're going to do it. It'll take time for them to blend, take time for them to come together. We've still got Mo, and we have so many attacking players that the way we played before was designed for Mo to score and to be the top player. Now we've got Wirtz and Isak and Ekitike. We're now playing in a different way, which you may say doesn't suit Mo because he's not as impactful, but he can be equally as successful, but just in a different way because we're scoring goals, we're playing in a different way. So people are talking about Mo not being the same player. It's just the nature of the team means that we're playing in a different way, where we're going to spread the creativity, we're going to spread the goals around. So it'll take time, but hopefully today will be okay.
Yeah, today could be the day that it all clicks and all these new names start to write their names into the history of Liverpool Football Club. Thank you, John.
Ian, thank you. Yes, Liverpool arriving on the back of those successive Premier League defeats at Arne Slot. Knows Liverpool haven't lost 3-0 in the Premier League since February 2021. This is the one they all look forward to when the fixtures are released, and this is the latest instalment and the first experience for some of those Liverpool players, of course, including Alexander Isak. Less than 90 minutes to kick off. Second half of Spurs Villa to come first, 1-1. We're going to get a winner?
Well, it is possibly more goals in it, I'm sure. I expected there to be a few goals. I did think Tottenham could sneak it. I do like the look of Ollie Watkins sat there on the bench for Villa. He could be a match winner for them. So yeah, evenly poised, it could go either way.
Yeah, real opportunity for Spurs though after dropping points in each of their last two home league games here.
And especially from going up early. If they let it slip today, I think they'll be disappointed with it. I mean, the goal kind of came from nowhere for Villa. I thought Spurs were decent enough first half. So they'll be looking to certainly get ahead and take the 3 points. Otherwise, yeah, they'll feel that's a couple of points gone.
Yeah, I mean, he's important, isn't he? Now, Romero has gone out, leading the team out. As I say, Villa have got a couple of players on the bench that they can change, but I still think home advantage is key here, and I'm still going for Spurs.
Okay, and remember, a win for Spurs would take them second in the table. As we go back to Matt and to Steve.
His first goal of the season for Tottenham.